Ridiculous in here, and welcome back to a Sucker for Steelbooks, my occasional Blu-ray collection update and haul video. I hope you guys are excited. Got a lot of good stuff today. Yeah, it's been a little while, but you know, once again, this is just occasionally once in a while. There's no time frame for this. There's no when I first started this series a long ass time ago, and I called it a Sucker for Slipcovers. I did it like every other month or every other week or something like that. Now I just do it whenever I have enough Blu-rays to make a decent video out of it, or what I think will be a decent video out of it. So I have everything in this bag right here. Not sponsored by Walmart. I just shop there a lot. I have everything in this bag here because I thought a fun way to do this would be to put everything in this bag and then just reach in blind and pull something out. That way, I can just talk about it when I pull it out of there. I just think that would be a fun way to do it. So yeah, we're gonna try it. But without further ado, everybody, hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get into this. This is a Sucker for Steelbooks. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna reach into the bag and pull something out. And we have, oh, good start. A Quiet Place 2 Steelbook. Now, you guys saw me. I got this for my birthday. My mother got this for me for my birthday. I had not seen the movie at the time, and it took me a long time, man. It took me a long fucking time to finally watch this movie. Seriously. I went weeks and weeks without watching this movie because, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really didn't have a huge desire to watch it. I did want to see it when it was coming out in theaters because I love going to movie theaters, but once it came out, I was like, I didn't even really care that much. Like, the first one I always thought was just okay, but I finally one day broke down and watched it, and I loved it. I loved it. It was really fucking good. I do think I like this one more than the first A Quiet Place. I just think that the way this movie built tension and dread was just, it was pretty amazing. Like, this movie never stepped on the brakes, dude. Once it got going, it just kept going, and the suspense kept building, and it was really good. I really did like it a lot. I'm sorry it took me so long to watch it because it was well worth the watch. And once again, I definitely think I like this one a lot more than the first one. I'll definitely be watching this one more than the first one. I haven't even watched the first one more than one time just because while I liked it and I thought it was okay, it's just one of those movies I didn't really have the desire to watch again. But this one, as soon as this one was over, I was like, I kind of want to just watch it again right now, man. It was really good. So yeah. I really like Quiet Place 2. I was, honestly, when I opened this on my birthday, I was a little bit like, really? A movie I haven't seen before? But I'm super happy she got this for me because now these are sold out everywhere, and I like the Steelbook. It is pretty nice, although it is a little, it is a little uninspired. There's not much going on here, but it is still a nice Steelbook. Like, let's see here. You got, I don't know. Those are the three. Yeah. Okay. So that's Emily Blunt, and then the two kids there. I thought maybe Cillian Murphy was on there. Yeah. It's just the family. But overall, I like Quiet Place 2 a lot. Ranking for Quiet Place 2, I would say this one's this is a good horror movie. This is a really good horror movie. Let's say A+ for A Quiet Place 2. I don't think it's quite S tier. Like, it's not quite on the level of, like, Malignant, which, unfortunately, we don't have to talk about that yet. But, I still really liked it. So, A Quiet Place Part 2, A+ tier. Good movie. Really liked it. So, there you go. Alright, come back in here, pull out something else. Oh, yeah! Gotta live it big time. I fucking love Big Time Rush. I love this show so much. I did not pick this shirt on accident. I love Big Time Rush. I loved this show as a kid. I always loved it. I've always kind of embraced these Nickelodeon sitcoms that I loved ever since I was a kid, like iCarly and Victorious. I still love those shows to death. But Big Time Rush was one I did kind of turn my back on a little bit. But then a couple months ago, I've got Paramount Plus just to watch the iCarly reboot, and I rewatched iCarly and Victorious and Zoe 101 and all those great shows, Sam and Cat, Drake and Josh. I watched all those great shows, and I just wanted more. And then I watched The Thundermans again, which I fucking loved. It fell in love with that show. Yeah, one of these, definitely. I probably expect to see that one on the next episode of A Sucker for Steelbooks because I fucking love that show. And then after that, I didn't know what else to watch, and I kept seeing Big Time Rush there, and I was like, man, I love that show as a kid, but really don't have that many fond memories of it. But then I watched it, and man, it fucking just days went by where I just did nothing but watch Big Time Rush, dude. This show absolutely fucking rules. Like, I cannot tell you that enough. I was so wrong to turn my back on this show. This show is still mag-fucking-nificent, dude. I love Big Time Rush. I ain't got nothing more to say on it. I love Big Time Rush. The characters are so awesome. The way, this is one of those Nickelodeon sitcoms that just had so much passion behind it. There was so many people behind this show that wanted to make a good show, a fun and enjoyable show, and they succeeded in spades because this show just oozes that kind of the sense you get from this show just from watching it. You know that there was passion, there was love behind this show. And I mean, when you read the stories of this show, like how many times these people like tried to get this show made and they just couldn't get it because they didn't find the right cast or whatnot, and when they finally got the right cast, how well they all clicked. It really is an amazing story, and the show is just fantastic. It's about 4 dudes who are like best buds in Minnesota, and then they get this opportunity to go to LA and become famous, and you basically just watch them become famous, and it's so good. There's so much heart to this show as well, because like, okay, so for example, one of my favorite characters of the show is Gustavo, and Gustavo starts the show off as the fucking worst person ever. He's an absolute monster, but this dude like almost immediately becomes one of the most lovable guys in the whole show, because you see how much he actually cares about about the boys, these 4 boys here, and they are the main characters, and they're all great as well. I love all of them as well. They're really great. I don't think any other actors would have done anywhere near as great if it wasn't these 4 guys. But Gustavo Rock is such a great center of the show because once again, he starts off the show as such an unlikable dude, but he just rapidly becomes one of your favorite characters as you go through the show, and it really is great. Stephen Kramer Glickman is absolutely phenomenal in the role. And not just him as well. Tanya Chisholm as Kelly is fucking awesome as well. I love her. Sierra Bravo as Katie. Katie is awesome. All the characters are awesome. Buddha Bob is absolutely hilarious. This show has so many amazing characters outside of just the 4 main boys. And then it never drops off. This show never gets bad. Like, this show is 4 seasons long. All 4 seasons are S tier in my opinion. 100%. Every single episode is great. Every single season is great. And the music in this show is another level, dude. These are some of the best songs of Nickelodeon's entire resume, dude. Like, I love the songs from Victorious as much as the next guy, but my god, the songs in Big Time Rush are on another level, man. They are so good. The main song is probably the best song Nickelodeon ever produced. Oh my god, Big Time Rush, the actual song, Big Time Rush, is so fucking good. I love that song so much. The guitar in that song, the lyrics in that song, the flow of that song is so good. Even the studio version of that song that added in another little part of that song is still fucking great. It's so good. And that's just the main song. There are so many amazing songs in this show. Honestly, I don't think there's a single song in this show that's bad, but the standouts, the best songs in my opinion, I only have season 1 part 1 here because it's pretty much the only one that's like readily available. Unfortunately, hopefully some company will get around to making a huge box set, and I will definitely get it, and I will definitely get that as soon as it's made. But yeah, but as you go through the show, like honestly, season 1 is kind of the weakest in terms of the music. It's still good. Like, the music is only ever good in season 1. It takes another season to get fucking great, because in season 2, the music gets fucking great. Seriously, once you get to season 2, the music just keeps getting better. It starts off with Till I Forget About You, which is one of my favorite songs of the whole show. I love that song so much. And that song kicks so much ass. And you get that a couple times, and then you get Superstar, and you get If I Ruled the World, and Paralyzed, and you're just like, oh my god, this is a Nickelodeon show. Why are these songs so fucking good? It's so good, man. And then, to cap it off, Worldwide, which is probably my favorite song of the show, besides one, which I'll talk about in a little bit here. Worldwide is so absolutely outstanding as well. Just all the music in this show is so fucking good. One of these days, I have a plan one of these days to, I want to rank the whole show, rank all 4 seasons of Big Time Rush, so that will be coming. But I also want to rank every single song of the show as well in like a tier list kind of system. So that is also something that I have planned to do at some point in the future. But once you get past season 2, you get into season 3. Season 3 is the best season of the show. Season 3 is so fucking great. And you get Elevate, you get Windows Down, and my favorite song of the entire show, Time of Our Life. Time of Our Life is my favorite song of the whole show. Not because I think it's the best song, it's just my favorite. Like, I don't know why, but that is my favorite song of the show. I loved it so much as a kid, and I still love it to this day as an adult. I don't think it's the best song of the show. I honestly don't even think it's even close. I definitely think like every other one of those songs I named before it are better, but it is my favorite. I love Time of Our Life. Leave in the comments down below your favorite Big Time Rush song. And then season 4 does not slow down at all. Season 4 is so great as well. The songs are great in that one as well. You got Like Nobody's Around, Picture This, 24/7, We Are, a lot of great music in that one as well. So yeah, Big Time Rush is S tier all the way through. I cannot say that enough. I love this show to hell and back. And this is one of those shows that I can say you will love this show no matter what age you are. Like, it is that good. I could not tell you how many times when I was buying this on Amazon, I looked at reviews and there were so many people that was like, I bought this for my kids, let them watch it, and I fell in love with it faster than they did. Like, that made me so happy because that's exactly what happened with me. Because, like, once again, I kind of turned my back on it when after I watched it as a kid. Don't really know why. Have no excuse. I'm a fucking shitty human being for doing that. But the second I started watching this show a couple months ago, I just fell in love with it all over again. Hey, all over again. That was totally unintentional. That's also a great song. Yeah. Absolutely adore this fucking show. Big Time Rush is 100% S tier. No question about it. Next up, here we go, into the bag. Where do we get? Who do we know? Oh, it's High School DxD! Speaking of shows I absolutely love, man, High School DxD. Okay, let's talk about High School DxD. Now, this is season 4. I started off with season 4 because it's the only season that wasn't on Hulu. I watched all of the seasons, but Hulu doesn't have season 4, so I bought season 4 first. I'm gonna buy the whole show eventually, but I bought season 4 first just so I could watch it. My lord, I love this show. I'm not much of an anime watcher. When I watch an anime that I really fucking like it. I always like really fall in love with it. Like earlier this year when I discovered Danganronpa, that was pretty much my life for like 4 months straight was Danganronpa every day, all day. So yeah, when I get into an anime, I always like really fall in love with it. And this is the most recent example of that because I've always heard about High School DxD. You always hear about the show. Once you've become an anime fan, you hear about this show all the fucking time. And I finally decided, why not? You know what? Why not? Let's watch it. Let's give it a try. And man, this show is so fucking good. Now, full disclosure right up front, this show is a harem anime and it is fucking loaded with tits. There is boobs all over this show, and I do not mean that lightly. This show doesn't go 2 minutes without showing you boobs, and I'm not even kidding. If you actually did the math, if you watched this show and did calculations, I bet you this show doesn't go 2 minutes without showing you boobs. There is so many fucking boobs in this, and so many fan service moments as well. But on top of those fan service moments and all the plethora of boobs, this show is just fantastic. The best way I can describe it is this show is a great fucking show, and then the boobs are just a bonus. Like, there is, like, if you took it out of there entirely, this show is still fucking great, because the characters are awesome, and the world is awesome, and the story is awesome, but mainly the characters. The characters in this show are not just, like, Issei is the main character, and the other characters in this show are not just his harem. They are his harem, but they're also not, because every single one of them has such a great story and are so likable in their own way. None of them blend together. You don't forget any of the characters in this show because they all have so much personality and life to them. And that is what makes it so great. And also, Issei himself is a really great character because I can safely say that of all of the anime I've ever watched of a guy getting a harem, he is the only person who actually deserves to have a harem. He is such a great guy because he cares so much about every single one of these girls. He always puts their lives before his. Like, he will never choose himself over one of his girls. And that is why he is such a great character overall. And like, if you mess with one of his girls, you're fucking dead. Like, there's this one part in season 3 that I'm just gonna talk about. It's a little bit spoilery. I'm sure 90% of people are not going to watch this show. Nobody ever takes my anime suggestions, but I gotta talk about this because this is probably my favorite part of the whole show, except for the first 5 episodes, which we'll also talk about. But basically, in season 3, there is this moment in season 3 where you get this one arc with this fucking horrible dude. He is the goddamn worst person ever. He's a disgusting fucking psychopath of a guy. He's got blue hair. I don't even remember his name. He was just evil. I hated him so much. And the whole like 3 episodes, you're building up to his battle, and then you get to his battle, and he kidnaps one of the girls. I'm not gonna say who because I don't want to spoil the whole thing. He kidnaps one of the girls, and Issei obliterates this fucking guy. It is not a battle. Issei runs up and destroys this fucking dude. And then you're like, okay, well, that was really fucking cool, but you know, now he's gone. But as soon as he gets obliterated, another guy comes down and is like, I am his brother and I am 10 times stronger than him and I am actually the real antagonist right here. But no, Issei obliterates him as well because he's like, he made the mistake of saying that his girl is dead and then he gets obliterated as well. Like, that is the kind of thing that I love so much about this show, is that this dude, while he is absolutely just like a normal teenage guy, he is so great to all of his girls around him, and that's like the best part of the show. It doesn't help that the action is outstanding as well. The comedic timing of this show is so good as well. My favorite character in the whole show is Koneko, and she has got the most perfect god tier comedic timing I have ever seen. She breaks like every single scene with like some snarky remark, and it will always just like have you gut bust laughing. It's so fucking funny. Okay, let's talk about the first 5 episodes of this show, because those are the best episodes of the show in my opinion. The first 5 episodes of this show are where you're gonna fall in love with it, because man, it's just so good. It's just so good, the first 5 episodes of this show, dude. That's where I fell in love with it, because pretty much everything that you need to know about the show is shown in the first 5 episodes, and the build-up and the way that they execute everything, like, basically, Issei gets introduced to his girls. Basically, they're all devils, and he dies, and then they bring him back to life as a devil, and he is now a part of their kind of cult family, whatnot. Except it's not like they're really good. Like Rias and Akino and Koneko are all really nice to him, and then Kiba as well. Kiba's fucking awesome. I was just gonna say that as well. They're all really great to him as well. Like, they're not like standard devils. They're really great people to him. And then he meets Asuya later on, and he kind of falls for Asuya. Like, he knows, like, you kind of see it in his eyes, like he's surrounded by all these beautiful girls, but he finds Asuya, who is just like a standard like girl, but she's just really nice, and he totally falls for her, and he wants to be with her over these girls. And then Asuya, something horrible happens with Asuya, and it's heartbreaking, and it's really captivating, dude. Like, I cried. I'll tell you, in episode 5, I cried. I was so fucking sad, and it's just so amazing. Like, I cannot say that enough. High School DXD, I say, is S tier all the way through. Once again, have not watched season 4 yet. I'm very much excited for it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to start watching it. It took me about 2 nights to watch all of the other seasons of the show. Yeah, that's how much I loved it. It took me basically 2 nights to watch each season of the show, because it just binged the whole fucking thing. Basically, the only reason why I stopped is because I had to get up early to go to work. So yeah. I absolutely love the show. Can't wait to watch season 4. I have heard that season 4 is not the favorite because apparently the animation changes, but I don't have a problem with that, especially if it looks like what you see here. I mean, that doesn't look bad to me at all. They still all look like the characters, and I love them, but yeah. High School DxD, amazing fucking show. Absolutely love it. One of my favorite animes of all time, easily. I just love it. I love the characters. I love the story. I love the action. I love everything about this show. And yeah, easy yes tier for me. Can't wait to get the rest of the show as well. So there you go. That is High School DxD. Absolutely love that show. Alrighty, back into the bag. Here we go. Oh yes, I was kind of hoping I would get this one earlier. Transformers the movie. This is the Steelbook, the brand new 4K Steelbook. Absolutely love this movie. I don't think I need to say that. That kind of goes without saying. Love Transformers the movie. Really great movie. Not my favorite Transformers movie. You can check out my Transformers movie ranking video if you'd like to hear more on that. But I absolutely love this movie. I mean, it's a ton of fun. The soundtrack is so good. Oh my god, the soundtrack of this movie is it's legendary. It's fucking legendary. And yeah, it's just a really fun and enjoyable movie. I'm a huge Transformers fan, as you guys clearly can know that by yeah, you guys clearly know that. But it's just a really good movie, man. I like it. And as soon as they said that this was coming out, I instantly pre-ordered it. I absolutely love the way it looks. You got Rodimus on the front there. Transformers the movie. Actually, I think that might be Hot Rod. Yeah, it's Hot Rod becoming Rodimus. And then you have Galvatron on the back. They're so great that we now have these absolutely awesome representations of Rodimus and Galvatron. Man, that was so great, man. They're really killing it with the toys. But yeah, absolutely love this movie. Really good. Let's see here. Beyond good, beyond evil, beyond your wildest imagination. I'm not sure if that's a quote from somebody or if that was something that somebody said. I'm not sure. But you open it up and there you have the movie right there, 4K and Blu-ray, and then you have Unicron right there. And this also came with, I totally forgot to get them. The Steelbook also came with this, and this is a little envelope containing some iconic shots from the movie, which is pretty cool. You got Megatron blowing up Prowl there, and then you got Unicron's head at the end, and Optimus Prime taking out Megatron. That's a really great scene. And then you got Hot Rod becoming Rodimus, lighting his darkest hour. So that was a really fun little inclusion as well. But yeah, not much to say about this. This is an old movie. Anybody watching my channel has almost definitely seen this movie. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. I would say A tier for the Transformers 1986 movie. It's a lot of fun, man. It's just a fun movie, and the soundtrack is so fucking good. So yeah, A tier. Not much to say about this one because once again, it's an old movie, and I kind of talked about it to hell and back already. So yeah, everything else I haven't really talked about yet. So that's why they all got so much more time than this one. But yeah, a good movie. Nothing really to say about it though. Good movie. A tier for Transformers the movie. Ah, Black Widow, here it is, Black Widow. Yeah, it's the 4K, not the Steelbook. Unfortunately, the Steelbook sold out almost immediately for me, which was really sad because I did want the Steelbook. I haven't even opened this yet. Oh no, I have. Yeah, I have. I just haven't watched it yet. I have watched it though. I watched it when it was on Disney Plus. I bought it and I watched it on Disney Plus. I loved it. I thought it was really fun. I love MCU movies. There's like 2 that I don't love. Those are Iron Man 3 and Thor Dark World, and even those have some decent moments in my opinion. But I love the MCU, and Black Widow, I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I love Florence Pugh in this movie. Like, I don't want to talk too much about this movie because like I've already talked about it a ton. I've already talked about it in a review, and I've already talked about it to hell and back and other things. I like it. It's really fun. Like, the characters are great. I really like Scarlett Johansson in the movie. And then you get Yelena Belova, played by Florence Pugh, and she fucking steals the show from this. She absolutely just steals the show from every other character in this movie. She's the best part of this movie. And you get David Harbour as the Red Guardian. He's really great as well. And then the other chick, I can never remember her name. Melina, was that her name? The mother chick, basically. Yeah, I like this movie a lot. Like, once again, I don't have much to say. I don't really have much more to add to the conversation with it. I've already talked about it multiple times on the channel. You can watch my review. I double reviewed it with the Suicide Squad. So yeah, I like it. I think this is a fun MCU movie. I don't really understand why a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people seem to not be into this one, but I liked it a lot. I thought it was just as good as most other MCU movies, and I really love the opening credit sequence. That sequence was really cool, and it was really dark. This whole movie was actually a lot darker than a lot of other MCU movies. But yeah, I like Black Widow a lot. I'll say A tier for Black Widow. Just a fun movie. Just a fun and enjoyable experience overall. Ah, the Iron Giant. Yes, I found this at I found this at Target. Couldn't resist. I love this movie. I haven't even opened it yet. I haven't actually watched this Blu-ray yet, but I don't think much needs to be said about the Iron Giant. This is an absolute classic. I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's such a heartwarming and just a great fucking movie. It's been a long time since I've watched it, so that's why I'm having a hard time talking about it, because it has been a long time since I watched it. And I don't have any excuse. I loved this movie so much as a kid, and I saw it at Target, and it was super cheap, so I decided to grab it. I really should watch it again, because I have no doubt that it would hold up immensely well today. Because yeah, I remember this being like one of my favorite movies of all time as a kid. But super great movie. I definitely don't have any doubts in saying that, even though I haven't seen it in a while. The Iron Giant's absolutely classic. You know, you even got here on the back, an instant classic, and that is totally true. So yeah, sorry I don't have much to say about this one. Once again, I just haven't seen it in a very long time. So yeah, great fucking movie. And I do believe we are down to our final one, and that is Blade Trilogy. Here's the deal. I found this at Walmart for $5, all 3 of the Blade movies. I have not seen a single one of these movies. My friend at work tells me I would love these movies. He tells me, like, one of these days you've got to watch Blade because they are so good and you would absolutely love them. So yeah, I saw this at Walmart and I was like, you know what, for $5, I'll do it. I'll grab it. I haven't watched it yet. Once again, I don't even know when I will get around to watching this, but one of these days I will, because people tell me that I will really like it. I'm not much into vampires, so I'm not really sure why. I'm not really all that into vampires. I don't really find them all that interesting, but people love these fucking movies, and yeah, I trust my friend at work. He's never steered me astray with his suggestions. So one of these days I will get to this, but for $5, I said, why the fuck not? One of these days I'll get to this, and yeah, maybe I'll review it after I watch them. I don't know, but yeah, that is the final entry in this. So there you have it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. What was your favorite thing? What was your favorite addition to my Blu-ray collection? What are your thoughts on everything I showed you? Leave them all in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time in the next episode of A Sucker for Steelbooks, which will be a little while. Hopefully, by then we'll have the Suicide Squad out, Free Guy will be out, and the big one, Malignant, will be out. So yeah, that next episode should be very, very exciting. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know once again all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And with that being said, this is DK Gilzine, signing out.